Spoke to him earlier today, talking about how actually he's just focusing on...
was recovering from COVID last December. Just moves to the middle of the track, forces Verstappen wider at turn 1 and pursuit to the corner. He's about a third of a car in front. By the time they get out of the corner, he's a whole car in front. Max Verstappen is ahead. Hamilton is just keeping ahead.
But also that of Lewis Hamilton. How he managed to do that on that set of tyres that wouldn't pass any kind of MOT, I do not know.
Version. Red Bull's race, wasn't it?
It's why Max was in such good form today, because he knows he's got a car that can challenge this week.
Checo was on exceptional form.
Place out in front. It's
Bull, as you safely and correctly say, Lando Norris best of.
Crowd roar their approval for this. The two championship contenders giving it everything.
It's not over yet, because Hamilton gets another slipstream all the way down the old pit straight into Copse Corner. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix.
Hamilton's going to try again, this time on the inside, a continent touch. Verstappen is out of the race, and that's a big crash into Copse. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen coming together. Hamilton continues on. Charles Leclerc now leads the British Grand Prix. Slap accidents we've seen in the past. The stewards have let a lot of them go, but we did see last time out in Austria, Sergio Perez and Lando Norris coming together, and Norris picking up a penalty.
Yeah, and of course, maybe the team were thinking there would be a red flag for Mercedes-Benz because they can sort any damage out.
Max Verstappen walking away, waving to the fans. The first thing that has to be said, great to see Max Verstappen walking away, but no surprises that he's walking into the ambulance.
Guess what I find fascinating with all of this is how it's not just a battle on track, it's a battle for sort of hearts and minds out of the track. Toto, Christian.
Reaction there to the cause of it, left rear tyre, why he is out of the race. Well, we talk about tyre kickers, but that's frustration.
In his turbulent air, those two Mercedes are damaging their tyres.
Powered by AWS. Taken that lead, yes they have. Max Verstappen as he gets past Hamilton into that chicane and has one lap to survive and to win a Grand Prix.
Simply lovely. Come on, mate. Don't wait. So that's P2. We'll have a look at what happened at that stop, but yeah, real great job just trying to get that tyre to the end, nearly at it.
But it just shows the margins are working in, but perfectly calculated, executed well. When you hear what Christian Horner had to say, I don't think...
And it's asking the questions of Max Verstappen, whose radio was working a lot better there than it seemed to be doing during the race itself.
Already, he's content. He is absolutely in the moment and ready to take this.
Crush the opposition here at the Red Bull Ring. He wins the steering. Stood on a podium together at the moment, which is a fair point. I don't know if you saw Lewis Hamilton's social media this morning. Max Verstappen, what a season this is turning into for the Dutchman, who for the first time proper can celebrate in front of a packed stand of his fellow.
Fault his driving, like that guy deserves to be where he is at the moment. And
100%.
You know, I asked him, I was like, did you have a chance to celebrate?
Weekend for him last time out. I don't think there's much more he could have done to have improved.
And he led from start.
Hey, who is favourite? Because in terms of lap times, when you look throughout the whole
position, he is of course Max Verstappen's race engineer running up from the Red Bull pit garage. So a hive of activity here.
5, and then you know +5, 5/10 is where you need to be when you cross that finish line. And it updates.
Who crosses the line to win
a Grand Prix. So he's going to have all the support from the fans. And yeah, as we've said many times, it's such a lovely atmosphere. And they seem like very, very cool fans. I kind of wish we were out there right now.
We didn't get to see it there. But we know that the Red Bull can deal with the high-speed circuits like Monza, but we are expecting Mercedes to have an advantage. The question is, how much of an advantage? Because
over after Monaco, and then Lewis Hamilton the race because the traffic was so bad. He needed a Grand Prix since they first came into the sport. And Shaquille, no issues with the car, he says. Everything working. It's the sort of feeling that helps momentum and wards off any tiredness, keeps everyone focused on the ultimate prize, the championship to come.
But as Max...
See that he got in, I'm glad to see that he did.
So mmany questions from the media asking them for their side of the story, for their take on events.
But the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
To shake hands with anyone he can find, they are befuddled, the most befuddlement you can ever see, whereas it is all
Saw Toto Wolff shouting "No, Michael, no" at Michael Massey, the race director. Principal, and there, the sight that we all want to see, Martin, after a season.
Didn't fall for him with the virtual safety car and safety car. Team didn't want to risk losing track position, and in the end,
he picks up his 10th win of the season. 10 wins.
600 kilometres of racing. It came down to the very last 5, one lap. For regards to Lewis Hamilton in return. Let's hear from a very proud father. Jos Verstappen is with Ted.
Jos, can you believe it? It's everything you've
thoughts of our world champions in a few moments' time, but this is it. Christian Horner with tears in his eyes, so too Max Verstappen. It's a wonderful moment when you see a new champion crowned. We've seen that today in the most dramatic of circumstances. The first ever Dutch world champion enjoying his moment. A moment he's waited a long time, all his life for, against a worthy adversary. Brilliant stuff. What a season of F1 we've had, but we've all this to look forward to on Sky Sports in 2022.